podcast, the way back to your inner self. Welcome to Holistic Trends, Healing Techniques, Positivity, Mindfulness, Meditation, Sound Healing, Rituals, Shamanic Teachings, Ancient Wisdom, Knowledge, Compassion, kindness, and universal love that connects with us all on planet Earth, on Mother Earth. Welcome, welcome to the part 2 of episode 1, the path to spiritual awakening and the journey to soul ascension. The purpose is to start your own journey, a journey to unite with God, with the inner God inside you, with the spark, the creativity, the abundance, and the way of your own choosing to start your life in your own authentic, unique way. This soul journey is referred to this stage the dark night of the soul, because the journey leads towards an unknown destination. The dark night of the soul is about the challenges of life. In Orthodox religion, Saint John refers to experiencing the dark night of the soul with a mystical journey that will lead him to the union with God. In this dark night of finding out and clearing all you have, the only light is that which burns inside your soul, which sparkles inside your soul. Through the poem that the religious had an explanation and an implication, and inspiring and influencing several philosophers, writers, and spiritual leaders. After the dark night of the soul stage in your life, you must be having a lot of questions running in your mind. You want to question yourself and find the answers. You want to dig deeper and want some answers. If you are going through such phase, set an intention towards finding answers to some of those questions deep inside you, appearing in your mind about your existence and your purpose on life, on your own life, not the life society decides for you. Some people think it's selfish to start a journey such as this and detach from all that was implemented and find your authentic, deep rooted spark inside and cleanse all the dark sides of society, family, lovers, marriages changed you and detached you from your inner self. But honestly, it's not only beneficial for you this stage, but others may go on their spiritual journey and when you detach from them and they do not have to stay in your life. Why? Because you become a better person. You become wiser, calmer, kinder, empathetic, compassionate, and a loving person, embracing universal love. and unconditional love, but still do not accept less of you deserve. If you make a conscious decision to start the spiritual journey, don't be afraid of what others remark on it. Not everyone will understand your urge to find yourself. Even your people, your family, and your friends might not grasp why you need to deplete and detach from the segments that you were, the parts that you were, and being who you are internally, authentically. Maybe you'll start meditating practices, take guidance from a guru, or want to go on a solo travel to discover yourself. Do that. Try that. Figure it out who you are and pray in your days to make a connection with deeper with your God, with your divine creation. The dark night of the soul being the first stage, the next stage of your spiritual alignment being spiritual awakening, a shift in perception. Awakening is often a shift from perceiving reality through the limitations of the ego or the society's rules to a broader, more profound understanding of oneself and the deeper universe and the deeper divine source of creation, the God that created all, personal unfolding. This stage is a unique and non-linear journey where individuals confront limiting beliefs, patterns, and aspects of their character, leading to significant personal growth. Trigger and practices. Awakening can be triggered by life-changing events or can be a result of consistent spiritual practice such as meditation, mindfulness, shamanic practices, and developing a deeper connection with nature, divine God, and your higher self, your inner self without the ego. The journey of the soul ascension. You have to do the inner work. Ascension involves engaging in light and shadow work. What means shadow work? It's cleansing that deeper, dark layer of frustration, limitation, victimized uh, situations, and toxic patterns, limiting beliefs, and cleansing it all and accept who you are, embrace it, even with your defects or your abilities and your not so well choices. Embrace it, accept them, and detach, cleanse from them, and integrate both the positive and negative aspects of one being to foster wholeness. A one person being a whole person. Focus on body center techniques. Practices that maintain body awareness, anchor attention in physical sensations, and use the heart center for processing difficult emotions that are crucial. Purpose and meaning. A significant aspect of the journey is the cultivation of a more mindful life, aligning with the true values and discovering one's spiritual purpose. You'll need integration. The ultimate goal is to embody a state of higher consciousness, moving beyond the limitations of your previous identity and previous choices to realize one's fullest spiritual potential. That you are whole, that you are wiser, that you are not limited but unlimited, and you have creation ideas and potential, challenges and guidance. You may reach the stages of isolation and resistance. The journey can feel lonely sometimes, and there may be intentional resistance or internal stages of resistance or external pressure from loved ones who don't understand your stages and your changes that occurs in your life. They may ask to you to be again who you were, why you're fighting, why you're saying no to the toxic traits they have or their manipulation that they applied until now, and you are woken up and say no to all of these things. People thinking you are a bad person, not accepting the wrongs they do or the wrongs they say, or limiting you, making you smaller, and you don't accept to be smaller again, ever again. It's a stage, a different stage, a special stage now for you, and that is trust and faith. Maintain faith and trust in the process, even when facing discomfort or darkness, such as the dark night of the soul. It is vital for your progress through the stages of awakening to embrace it all. Seeking support. Join supportive communities and seeking guidance from those who honor both inner light and inner shadow, your good parts and your bad parts. And they can provide crucial support and a sense of connection and make you understand what you don't, and embodying all and accepting all. Feeling discontent with life as you know it. For many, the first stage of spiritual awakening arises from a profound sense of discontent or emptiness with the day-to-day grind. Despite checking off society boxes of success, sometimes fulfillment, something fundamental is missing, and you feel it. An underlying feeling that there must be more to life than this that you already have. A vague yearning pervades, a homesickness from something they cannot quite name, that you cannot quite name. Feeling that you want to go home, home to your inner self, to your inner bubble, to your inner choices, and to your authenticity, and say no to what is not good for your higher self, for you and for others, and what does not support you and guide you. There is an intuitive sense that merely making a living is not truly the essence of being fully alive. This feeling grows more pronounced over time. Nights are spent in an existential questioning about purpose and the nature of reality itself. This profound feeling of separation from source become a catalyst from the spiritual awakening journey. The homesickness is finally recognizing as a sacred calling to return to inner depths of your true nature. You might start questioning a long held belief about who you are, what the world is, and how it operates. This process can be difficult, as it challenges the very foundation upon which you are built, your understanding of life. Spiritual curiosity and seeking knowledge. This stage of spiritual awakening creates various spiritual curiosity for me. I found myself drawn to various philosophies, faiths, and esoteric teachings, going deeper in books of shamanism, Buddhism, Hinduism, metaphysics, spiritual awakening, energy, physical quantic, and other known traditions. I attended workshops, went on retreats, and sought out spiritual teachers and gurus, and applied therapy practices In the restlessness pursuit of spiritual alignment, the seekers explore various paths that take them to the inner truth that they feel it's the truth deep inside their core. The seekers explore various paths, each one offering a unique perspective on reality. Their journey is filled by a burning desire to unravel the mysteries of existence and attain a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. This is typically the honeymoon period of seeking yourself, where is an intense passion, urge to find out and look for it, energy, creativity, and excitement of discovering new knowledge and experiences. I was there, and I know how it was felt. Find your spiritual guide and guru to make you understand the deeper truth that you didn't know until now, and you had your limited education from your environment. For many seekers, there comes a point where the desire for a guru, a guide, or a spiritual mentor or a teacher, even a therapist, arise organically for you. Having a guide who has locked on the path can be invaluable. They can act as a mirror, insightful friend, supporter, and point the way when you felt lost. My experience has been that the guru appears when the student is truly ready. There were times of seeking outwardly for the right teacher, only to realize that the ones I needed were present themselves all along. Sometimes in a human form, sometimes in a family member that is older and wiser, sometimes in nature, in a flower, fla- in a in a flying bird, in a tree, in an existence state of being, other times as life itself. Ultimately, the truest guru is the one who points you back to your inner nature, to yourself. They guide you and find that you were the guru within you all the time. That the truth is inside you all the time. For me, another major insight came when I realized my path could not be dictated by one teacher or one tradition or one religion. I am mercifully grateful for the many guides that was gracefully in my life. As I learned to grow and go directly to the source of my own being, all scripture masters reveal their greatest wisdom. I had visions with saints and Jesus' disciples, with Virgin Mary, Magdalene, and Jonah, Josiah, Ezekiel, and Melchizedek. They were showing me in the vision the wisdom of knowledge of the divine higher source that is connected with all and with us in one energy, that which I was seeking support from them, and showed me that I'm already ready to do all by myself everything. They always said to me, do not forget your path, go on your path, purging new beliefs and conditions. As my awareness expanded, there was an inherent purging process that took place on multiple levels. Old habits, relationships, possessions that no longer resonated with my inner truth started to fade away. Even my taste in clothing or my taste in people or my taste in food sometimes gracefully. Other times, that great resonance and turmoil made me question why I like something different. Why? And then realized that I always wanted that, but I was guided by the society and the family norms and the education to choose different. What is safer, what is modern, what everybody chooses, not what I choose. It was as if my being was shedding an old layer of skin that was no longer serving me. While painful at times to let go of attachment, limited beliefs, routines that no longer serve us, and older teachings. This created space for me to align with the insights emerging from within. Looking back, I'm grateful for the people, situation, and the comfort or discomfort that I had to release to continue to evolve. This stage of spiritual awakening is like casting away your anchor and setting sails on the infinite ocean, when is an infinite possibility of situation, and you can be who you want to be, even if yesterday you were nobody. You can recreate your own profession, your own identity, your own authentic self by being guided for a deeper knowledge and wiser selection and a guidance from divine source. You have to apply non-attachment and surrender. As the spiritual journey deepens, spiritual seekers begin to cultivate a deep sense of non-attaching and surrender. These shifts in their consciousness arise from the realization that clinging to desires leads to suffering and dissatisfaction. Through the studies, the meditation practices, they learn to let go of the need to control every aspect of their life and to embrace the present moment with acceptance. This newfound understanding of non-attention does not easily go uncome, but as you surrender to the present, as you experience a profound sense of peace and content, selected content and contentment that had previously eluded to you, you'll emerge to a deeper understanding that you are not your ego, a pivotal realization. A big stage in spiritual awakening was recognizing that the constant stream of thought, emotion were not ultimately who you were, who I am. There was a witness awareness beneath the egoistic mind. In the space between thoughts, I experienced glimpses of true nature of consciousness itself. However, it was an ongoing process of catching myself getting reabsorbed on mental patterns. All the mental patterns on all limited beliefs and stories, but still kept the new knowledge true and the new way. A continuous cycle of remembering my infinite essence, spark, and essence in an authenticity way. We reach the stage of experiencing periods of bliss and unity as conditioned beliefs dissolve from your system, from your mind, from your emotion, from your living, your own way of experiencing. You experience an indescribable bliss, love, and sense of unity with all existence. You are one connected with universe, with God, with creation, with Jesus, and with angels. One as true essence of God, one true flow of energy, one energy, one existential energetic being connected with all. These were periods of being absorbed in the rapture of the divine, a homecoming to your true nature. During these times, the personal I dropped away as I recognizing my essence that was one with the entire cosmos. I was the entire fully emerged being one with the cosmos. There was no mediator, no one being awakened, only the dance of consciousness waking up to itself. These experiences arrives differently in intensity during different stages of awakening. While these were temporary experiences, they provided a taste of what lies beyond the egoistic, limited self. You reach for the facing your fears and shadows within you. As your journey of spiritual awakening progress, you realize you could not bypass the human experience. In fact, I had to go straight to the eye of the storm and face my deepest fears, wounds, and shadows headed on, to cleanse from what was and to embrace what is and know what it will be. I had to dive within the subconscious mind that had been running my patterns, my sabotaging my relationships, my life, and creating suffering and being in a victimized mode, in a salvation mode, confronting the darkness within myself, while deeply, uncomfortably, I was powerfully a part of integrating aspects of my humanity and divinity deep inside. So we reach the isolation, feeling detached from other stage. This is a common stage of spiritual awakening, when a seeker feels all alone and isolated and need to cleanse from everything and everyone. During certain stretches of my inner journey, I felt very alone and isolated from others who lacked a similar level of consciousness and conscious awareness. As family, friends, and parts of my former identity dissolved, there was a sense of being the odd one out, the outcast, the black sheep, the one who was different, weird, who could no longer fully relate, but who can be authentical and not give an F about who cares how I am, who I am, and what I do. From now and this stage, we are reaching the living in the present moment stage. One of the most tangible shifts was my ability to stay present in there and now rather than being consumed by mental projection, social media, distractions, movies, other people's lives, gossip, and other stages that were limited and keep me in a blocked state. Through meditation practices, I rewired my relation to the human tendency to resist what is. In the present moment, there is an experience of vastness, stillness, and profound truth that all I'll ever had in this moment, and that it is more than enough. Being connected with all existence in an energetic level and loving every stage and way of experiencing living and breathing in that moment. We reach on the stages of where we dissolve, we cleanse from the struggle and turmoil, we test our resolve and unresolved situations, and that leading to a greater transformation. During these times, you may feel lost, disconnected, but still chooses your inner guidance, your divine guidance, your spiritual experiences, even if they may seem distant, even if you may question everything you thought you knew. My spiritual awakening journey, it had periods of joy, insight, and transcendence. transition, what I could call life experiences that expanded my sense of being, what I called bad behavior or differences or other segments of my life that were not good. I transmuted and transformed it in something positive, grateful, embodied essence, universal love and unconditional love and pure joy and compassion. If you're going through the spiritual awakening stage, don't despair. Rather, this is a bypass to these situations in your life. A seeker should see what as an utterly essential for the transformation is this stage of being now in this cleansing and awakening moment. It is the void spaces that of not knowing, of stripping away identity, a fake implemented identity, not the authentic one, where many of the great mysteries will be revealed in your path. As you go in this journey, you reach the glimpses higher states of consciousness, a stage where the seekers might experience these glimpses around and during various stages of their spiritual awakening. Yes, this moment of higher consciousness can occur spontaneously or through spiritual practices. They serve as milestones on the path, encouraging the seekers and affirming that they are on the right path. Through your journey, through my journey, I've been fortunate to glimpse higher, expansive states of consciousness. Tap the delta, meta, beta states and reaches to the deeper, higher knowledge. Become wiser, understanding the knowledge, feeling connected with the divine source, with the angel, archangels, guides, and spiritual teachers, with saints that reveal us everything about this universe, this life on earth, and the stages we are in, as reshaping my perception of profound reality in these non-states. All sense of spirit separation and identification with form dissolves into the radiant expansive of unified consciousness. During these experiences, I felt like the ocean observing itself as waves flowing through, or the pure spaciousness in the which all arises and returns. It was a moment there, the boundaries of the self melted away, revealed a deep and connected with all existence. Words fall short in capturing the essence of these stages, but they unveil the truth of our infinite divine nature of being. This experiential awareness, it's not just a philosophical concept or a mental one, it's an energetical, spiritual, soul level way. It's a reality that transforms how we relate to ourselves, others, and the world. We are not only flesh and body, we are soul. We are not only mind and emotion, we are energy. From these experiences arise a profound reverence from the earth to all beings and cosmos, to the whole universe and divine system of creation as the divine source of creation, the God of all creation. To this, we reach the arising of pure consciousness, one of the most profound stages of spiritual awakening. In this realization that fundamentally we are not the body, emotions, and individual self. At our core, we are pure consciousness. We are not separate selves at all. Rather, we are one infinite consciousness exploring and expressing itself through each unique perspective. the very boundaries of self and reality, beginning, resolving, and profounding ways of during the stage of awakening. Integration. The final stage of spiritual awakening is integrating the experience of oneness and universal consciousness into daily life. This is a part of bringing the sacred into the mundane, walking between the worlds of non-dual wisdom and going and doing laundries and paying bills and existing and creating and do the path, the career and the life we were always needed to do and create. Integration is about merging the ordinary with sacred eyes. Every moment becomes an opportunity to express the divine. Wishing with open eyes and doing the dishes is no longer just a chore, is becoming an act of love and presence. Paying bills transforms into recognition of flow of energy and resources. You receive energy and flow. As you integrate your spiritual awakening, you begin to live in harmony with both your inner and outer world. The peace and insights gained from spiritual journey needs to be confined to moments of meditation and solitude. Instead, they all of them infuse every aspect of your life. Think of integration of walking between two worlds, that world of spiritual and everything that is seen as one, and the practical world where you engage with daily responsibilities. You reach the service, the feeling called to help and heal, even felt as an innate calling to make of service to humanity and all beings. This was taken the form of teaching, writing, guiding others on the path of offering myself unconditional and all spiritual seekers, to all spiritual seekers. This intention to help liberate consciousness and alleviate suffering with wherever is it existing is a beautiful and noble aspiration which seeks and should embody not the final stages but from the very beginning. When you feel this calling, it is that your heart is whispering a sacred truth that is serving others. You are serving the one consciousness which is within you and all as an energy, as one source, as one. This calling is not merely a change or a choice, but a profound recognition of your interconnectedness with all life. When you extend your hand to help others, you are not just performing an act of kindness, you are practicing in the cosmic dance of healing and love. And yes, you can do it from love, and you can do it also from financial abundance, existence, and embracing yourself. Human beings are bound by the eternity of existence, by the wheel of life that goes round and round and makes your move to many incarnations. We travel in many alternative dimension, worlds and star system, and the universe becomes taking part on the planet. As we move about in our soul journey, there is an inherited need to recover our lost godness and innocence. We wish to return to our soul abound. The spiritual ascension of this revealed process by which we know of who we are. It helps to reclaim all those inner beauty, knowledge, love and light and wisdom that we all lost in the way. We then may gain knowledge of these aspects. We move to the higher self, which is the pure divine energy. What is the spiritual ascension? This spiritual ascension means a magical awakening of the soul into a higher level of consciousness. It's a vibration, a frequency that generates positive energy and light. It unleashes our inner powers, abilities, and wisdom. The ascension is a evolutionary process that is multidimensional and confusing sometimes. It is an inner rebirth and expansion of your body, mind, spirit, energy, and you learn to shed it all through the patterns, negative beliefs, negative energy, mindsets, and feelings, traumas blocked. You experience new beginning and being hidden in the new being and dwelling within you, upgrading the awakening process denotes a better understanding of you. It's in an inner rebirth, an expansion of your mind, body, and spirit. You learn to shed off all the old thought patterns, negative beliefs, mindsets, and feelings. We experience a new being, hidden way. Upgrading the awakening process denotes a better understanding of you. Ascension is not about becoming a superhuman, rather is mere process to refine and define your priorities and in your life. You let go of your human urges and worldly desires. It helps you move to spiritual goals and ascensions to a higher realm of spiritual connection and a connection with your soul. Ascension is an experience that gives freedom to your soul. Soul frees itself from early ties and realizations, the true joy of life. Ascension is not about becoming a superhuman, rather is a mere process to define your priorities in life. You let go of your human urges and worldly desires. It helps you move towards spiritual goals and ascending to a higher realm of spiritual connection. Ascension is an experience that gives freedom to your soul. Soul frees itself from earthly ties and realizes the true joy of life. Does the process discover what life really is? Your mental awakening motivates and inspires you to bring desired changes in your life and that you have long craved for it. It is like getting up from the dream and realizing the supreme power that lies within us. Ascension has immense power to unleash positive energies of growth and progress. You become strong and free will to define your destiny and craving with all the way you wanted, in the way you want to. We reach that level where we are explaining the components of the spiritual ascension process. The spiritual path of enduring journey takes a different shape that moves through various phases before we can achieve the ultimate alignment that is connected with the divine power. There are five main components of spiritual ascension. 1. The mind awakening. A sudden mental realization that brings a deeper understanding of self. 2. The personality awakening. When you become aware of yourself, you can develop a new personality, an authentic one. It helps you to let go of the past thoughts, toxic thoughts, emotions, traumas, and behavior patterns. You develop a self acceptance and empowerment of your soul. The transformation that aims to combine the broken parts of your soul into one fine whole. 3. You reach the spiritual energy awakening. This is the reviving the energy within your body by boosting your prana, that means life. The life source is intense and overwhelming. It gives energy to your physical organs, boosts your sexual desires. The process bringing an awareness of healthy realms of connectivity and You gain a higher energy field. 4. Soul awakening. It's a sudden and divine awareness of one true and eternal nature. This guides you through the process of ascension, deeper level of love and freedom. You are in the process of your soul retrieval, reconnecting with your past lives and embracing all parts of your soul as one. You are aligned with your life purpose. Virtue and positive qualities such as honesty, compassion, tolerance, kindness, universal love, forgiveness define soul awakening. 5. You reach that stage of phase of alignment. Here occurs the end of the ego. You become a part of the divine. It's called the moksha, salvation, oneness, illumination. This process is the ultimate part of spiritual ascension, that is the epithet of pure truth and wisdom. You reach the personality qualities of the spiritual being. The spiritual ascension process can bring in a change in your vision and on the purpose of your life. Bring this to your higher self. During this awakening process, the physical body goes through several levels of change, as a light body, as a crystal body, as an energetical body. It means your sphere of consciousness is moving to a higher level of being a bioenergetic human field. The personality qualities that one may develop signify inner God spark or inner Jesus Christ energy and power to combat all evils in your life and around you. These signs are commonly seen in starseeds, indigo children, and light workers, in therapists and healers. The qualities are humble and polite, joyful and understanding. You consider your body as a symbol of purity, inner strength and optimism, insight and having inner balance, compassion, loving and caring, service oriented and purposeful living. You commit to the daily spiritual practices like prayers, ceremonies, sacred chants, and meditations. Consciousness on the next level of the spiritual awakening, such as purity, health, and happiness, pure joy. You reach the level that no fear of death is existing. You don't have that fear of not being here. You just live in the present to love all that is, and no matter what is going to happen to the next day. Spiritual ascension symptoms. The process of spiritual ascension is like a wake up call. Your body, mind, and spirit go through several changes. There is an increase in your energy and awareness levels, and a new world of superior and supreme existence, with one of all and one with divine. A perception, a deepened perception, and a creation. Essential symptoms activate the prana, the awakening. The bioenergetic field of the body, the chakras are open, explored, activated, and expanded to the higher frequency of positive energy. We are all unique beings, so ascension symptoms may verify to one another. The signs are divided by physical symptoms and psychological symptoms. I once felt physically ill, had in 1 year 20 times the flu symptom illness type. I felt I had a deeper sadness than a deeper happiness. I felt connected with the grass, with the flowers, with the trees. I started to connect with them, with their energy, and they were speaking with me wisdom, with the wisdom of this planet. I started having visions connected with spiritual guides and saints and ascending masters. I had sometimes different or strange visions and different strange dreams. Some I didn't understand, and after a level of hiring myself, I started to understand their symbols and their meanings, and they were not motamo quote unquote or what you see messages. They were a symbol messages of all I seen in the dreams and in the visions, and all the saints and archangels and also the spiritual guides showed me. So we'll reach now the physical symptoms: body discomfort, pain and achiness, sudden headaches. Your physical body is full of bursting energy, unusual dreams and disturbing thought patterns, highly sensitive to light and loud sounds, sudden change in your body temperature, abnormal and hot and cold sensation in the body, cold and flu-like signs that appear suddenly, increase in the smell sensation, tingling, and various weird sensation in the very different parts of the body, hot flashes, sweats, night chills, and muscle tensions, clumsy and lack of muscular condition, sudden changes in appetite and different tastes in different healthy foods and food habits. Several changes in perception such as seeing light flashes, sparkle, and aura, and physical and emotional symptoms. You may experience usually anxiety and nervousness without an obvious reason, sadness, and then overjoy, overly emotional feelings such as an extreme anger, laughter, and crying, increased frustration, sadness, rage, shorter temper, and impatience, because you are changing, you are shifting, and you need to cleanse from that once. To unblock them, cleanse them, and let them away, stray them away, take them away. You may feel down towards nature, connected with the Mother Earth. You are connected maybe with the animals more and the plants, even with the birds and all beings, and you understand their way of existing. They are self there are self-talk and inner dialogues in this process. You may feel emotional detached from family and friends, not feeling understood or the same as them. There is a longing to go back home, but you don't know where the home is, but you know is in the divine energy where the Eden garden exists, and you were there before. You feel it. You feel sudden loss of self identity, and you start to recreate one and confuse stages, and then embrace who you are and empower yourself. You reach strong intuition of something different about what to happen, about how it's gonna happen. Difficulty in concentration. You may feel confused and frequent forgetting occurs. Feeling detached from the present. Sometimes time distortion occur. It may feel like a dream. You can see a light halo around people, animals, and objects. That was the aura. You reach the spiritual ascension and realization of the stages. You have lost your true purpose in life, and now you look to recreate a new one. This awareness is the start of the spiritual awakening. Your bioenergetic field activates, leaning to ascension. Your search of self identity prepares you for a consciousness uplift. You reach the purpose of the soul ascension, What is the purpose? The ascension process unfolds a new world of knowledge and opportunity that defines your purpose in life. It is the evolutionary process that may happen in one lifetime or many lifetimes. Each lifetime is a new experience that a stepping stone towards a new insight and alignment. The ascension journey ends when you develop clarity of thoughts and feelings. You have clear and honest answers to life's biggest questions. Self-exploration and self-mastery have been successfully achieved. You reach on the stages of cleansing. Your actual journey towards ascension begins where physical body and spirit guides you through the process called cleansing. It is the purifying of the soul from negative thoughts, false perceptions, and greed and anger, lust, and a host of other negative emotions. When you cleanse your thoughts and you rise up your higher frequency, your spiritual awakening, you cleanse also your aura, purifying it. The physical and material world no more attracts you. You learn to embrace a full life of compassion, universal love, loyalty, love, and devotion towards self and others. And if they are toxic, you keep them away. You keep them away from you. You start applying spiritual and knowledge and boundaries, healthy boundaries. You reach the point you let go of the old patterns where nothing may seem interesting. Your job, money, relationships may take a backseat. This is a detox process for you, and it paves the way to achieve something new, something special, something unique and authentic from deep within. You reach the rebirth. When you let go of the toxic emotions and physical pleasures, you are born again. Your mind is free from desires and greed. You can free yourself from material vices like alcohol, drugs, sugar, and so on. The emotional and spiritual journey you become an everyday affair for you and others. Now, fully positive in energy, truth, knowledge, and wisdom, you feel peace, love, and joy within you, not outside. You don't reach for it outside. The world appears to be beautiful, and you can maintain balance in and around you. When you reach the ascension, you are held in the energetic field of positive vibration, and it is easier for us to ascend and rise to a higher plane. In a stage of spiritual growth, we are spiritual bodies full of purity, devotion towards a better life and ourselves. The final stage of ascension is complete when you have the bad elements replaced with good and positive energy and good elements. Your soul is full of wisdom and truth. You realize the true identity is your authentic self and what you choose as a purpose in your life. You are asking how long the process of spiritual ascension lasts. After a noticeable change in your thought process and deeper emotional well being, there is a tendency of slowing down the process. A stable stage arrives when the process becomes flat and you implement all that you found out and resonates with you and keep some things that it was from your authentic self and you cleanse from the others that are implemented by the society. It stays in a particular layer of long time. Now you are not sure of life goals and purpose, but you are sure of your life path. The old toxic patterns of your psyche have changed. You are shining within your pure light, truth, and wisdom. And what is not in the same vibration, you keep them away, you keep them away. There is a shift in your values. You know your priorities and you do not accept anything less that you deserve, anything that you deserve, you accepted in the past because the past, it was the past you. Now you are the new you and you accept higher and better. You know your priorities and you do not crave attention or attending earthly desires. You don't go in relationships that just because you are alone. You prefer loneliness as a experience of finding yourself, knowing yourself better, and make yourself happy on your own. And if a partner comes and fulfills his life and comes and join yours, good. If not, you are happy on your own. Your inner world is changed by the pure realm where desires do not find a place. Rather, you are driven towards the search of ultimate truth and leads to the fulfilled life. The flu-like symptoms are essentials stages that you may last for a few days or even weeks. Once you realize your true self, the symptoms disappear. How to undo the symptoms of spiritual ascension? There are few essential symptoms that may cause a serious challenge. You may experience discomfort, psychology struggles, and emotional turmoil, even feeling physical illness. You, as you move to the path of spiritual growth, you may need support from the family or the system around you, or create a career by, I don't know, baking bread, baking cookies, and selling them, because you now cannot operate in the 9 to 5 system. You cannot be the same as you were. You re-educated yourself. You cleanse from that structure of being a slave to the system, and you reach the higher level of embracing authenticity, embracing yourself, and explore even your disadvantages. As me, I'm a talkative person, and everybody was complaining that they cannot process the information and the knowledge I offer, and they cannot understand me, my family and my friends. And I transform that in the career, in a spiritual guided therapeutic career, and actually a podcast owner. And many of my friends and my people around me, they didn't like I was expansive when I was writing, and I applied emotions in that context that I was writing about, and they were like getting bored of the conversation because it was too long, too expensive, too much for them. Not, they were not to blame for it, because but they were awareness and consciousness were not at the higher stages. And realizing that in my path I had to apply the Pascal defects in a transmuted energy way, making them positive, becoming an author, and writing over 20 books plus. And since I was a child, I always liked to write poetries and songs, and write stories, true stories, fantastical stories. And I felt that my inner magic, it was not magic from the wizards, it was my ability to imagine, create, write, and have fun by myself. I always enjoyed my presence, and when I was in relationships, I felt oppressed, being changed, not good enough, and starting to people please because they were starting to change me, manipulate me, and was not unconditional love, was conditional love from them. So I started to change all of that and create something positive from it. So what people don't like about me speaking a lot, I transform in informative knowledge and guidance and therapy and practices, and what people didn't like about me, that I like to dance, I try and transform in dance ecstatic sessions. Uh, what people didn't like about me speaking a lot, I'm now here at this podcast too. What people did not like about me writing a lot and could not keep up with me, I transform in books, in deeper, full knowledge books of helping others. These books being for a help for the people who cannot pay for the sessions or cannot have the time to be there from the busy life they're living. And I wanted to expand this from the negative to positive. As you move through the path of spiritual growth, you may need some relief from the overwhelming symptoms and the process causes. Few tips may be helpful to put you back in a good mental health. 1. Let go and change your perspective in life. You will have to accept the change that is happening within you and around you, embrace it, and go from there. 2. Practice breathing exercises and calming down your wandering mind. 3. You may take a spiritual bath such as salt bath, which is making you calmer, detached, and positive energy, making a ritual for a calm down and relaxed way. 4. Pay attention for your senses to understand the various changes occurring and what are the changes and what is different. Try to understand and grasp it. 5. Guided meditation is an effective tool to be practiced every day in your life for mind peace and imagine and creativity, and also seeks prayer. Pray in a way of gratitude, hope, and sparkle, and being pleasant and positive, and accept and embrace all that is in your life with all of it. The process brings a lot of emotional problems that may be disturbing and painful. The path of spiritual awakening is a journey that is not as easy as it sounds. Your soul seeks freedom from early ties, and you want to detach and stay in your soul base. You need to shed all identity and pave a way from a fresh start. Now we're adding the closing thoughts. Spiritual ascension is a growth process that connects you with natural energies. It is a process of self-mastery that brings it in a major changes in the way you think, act, and feel or do. And from the where you start changes your life with better choices surrounded by better people that care for you, support you, and emotionally uplift you, and choose yourself for the first time in your life path and rise yourself higher, create your dreams, and fulfill yourself. Do not forget that you come alone in this life and you were your own flesh and blood human. Your mother was only the carrier, the portal. And as you came alone in this life and your destiny is in your hands, not in your mother's hands, because she lived her life, not in your father's hands, or your wife or husband or children, but you know best what makes you happy deep inside. what you really deserve, what makes your soul really happy and fulfilled, and how to walk on the path of self happiness, what you want and what you don't want, what you choose and what you revoke and send it away, and discover what works for you and what doesn't, and detach from it, and your life becoming a higher, abundant life. Guys, choose to live fulfilled, more happy, and true to yourself. May all be useful to you and help you guide in your spiritual ascension journey. With love and light, sending you blessings. Aho! This is the podcast, The Way Back to Your Inner Self. Until the next time, I send you joy, positive energy, peace, and harmony. Here is near you at the mic, Stefania Diaco. Let's hear us again on this new formula next week. Love and light to you all. Signed with joy truly. Steph. Peace. Thank you for being here and support our channel, our podcast. You are here for the second version, evolutive and expansive version. The first was in Romanian, and we had a few people listening to it, and now we want to expand and evolve to a higher version of our podcast. And welcome to our path to enlightenment, to evolution, and reaching your higher potential. Your tapping your authenticity and your creativity, and explore this channel. And welcome, and thank you for being here and have the patience to listen it all. Blessings. Thank you, and send you love and light. I hope.